Women were allegedly brought in to serve drinks, give massages, and provide companionship to players. And in some cases, were asked in coded language if they were open to engaging in prostitution. It's a scandal that's not exactly surprising to some of his neighbors on the 4500 block of Gable Drive.
We'll see people coming out at all hours of the night. Usually I'd see women, though, coming out.
Arenas is charged with conspiracy, operating an illegal gambling business and making false statements to customs officials. 7 other defendants are also facing criminal charges. One of them is alleged to have ties to the Israeli mob.
It also appears the case has been investigated for quite some time, so I'm sure there are informants involved. And it looks like a high-profile prosecution that the U.S. Attorney's Office is going to be very aggressive on.
It usually means they've built a strong case.
Once the federal government comes after you, they usually have the evidence because they've investigated it for many years. They have informants, and perhaps somebody was wearing body wires as well. So the odds are, if I'm guessing, if I'm betting, they're going to get a conviction on all of the people, or most of the people in this case.
What done happened next? Looks like a bad situation, but Gilbert Arenas don't think so. As NBA legend pokes fun at his arrest for illegal gambling and bizarre video after being released from jail on a $50,000 bond. Former Washington Wizards star Gilbert Arenas has poked fun at his arrest for allegedly running an illegal gambling operation after sharing a video on social media. The case against him was announced by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Central District of California on Wednesday afternoon. However, during a court appearance, Arenas pleaded not guilty and was released pending trial after paying a $50,000 bond. The former Wizard star then swiftly took to social media to address fans and followers for the first time, as he triumphantly claimed, "They can't hold me." A video posted by Arenas showing him leaving the police department and joyfully walking down a set of stairs while a woman behind the camera shouted, "Free." The caption to the post on Arenas' Instagram read, "I'm back on the block like it's hot. This ain't got it to do with me. Just rented the house." My personal opinion, guilty or innocent, I'm not taunting the feds. That's just not happening. That's just me. Now, this no chill Gil. What you expect? He's not taking this serious. He's gonna ride out on his personality the way he's been his whole entire life. But me, these are serious charges. I'm playing it cool. I'm kicking back, steady trying to prove my innocence. I'm not taunting. I'm not aggravating the process. These are very serious charges. And when it broke, first of all, yesterday been a hell of a day. I mean, news just been dropping all over the place. You have the Shannon Sharpe situation with ESPN, this Gilbert Arenas situation. I mean, news is just dropping fast and quick. You don't even have time to gather your stuff and get this together. I'll be honest with you, it's happening so fast. Then you got the Madden player ratings drop. Everybody's a little frustrated on their numbers on that. But we'll get to that a little later as well. But this is a serious situation for Gilbert Arenas. He don't think so. And we're going to find out as this process continues. Honestly, I hope this is nothing. I'm a fan of Gilbert Arenas. You don't want nobody going through some legal problems like this. So all this just came and hit everybody upside the head. Nobody even thought about Gilbert Arenas being involved in anything like this. So that's why I say it just came out of nowhere. And from 2021, that's the shocker. Since 2021, leading up to now, the man has been indicted. And anybody will look at this as serious charges, but besides no chill Gil. And hopefully his poking fun, him making light of the situation, maybe he knows more than what we know. Maybe he knows he don't have any involvement, which sounds crazy for the evidence they putting out to the public. It just don't look good. But like I say, due process, he's due that. Innocent proven guilty, all of those things. But I just hope it turns out for Gilbert Arenas, all this kind of gets swept under the rug. But once again, he has to keep his nose clean. Obviously, years ago, he had that gun charge that everybody knows about. That's well documented. So just wishing him the best. Crazy news that came out yesterday, along with the Shannon Sharpe, but we're going to get into that one real quick. Shannon Sharpe
I'm sure everybody's heard the news by now that I will not be returning to ESPN. I found out this information a little earlier in the week, and really the only thing that I really ask is like, guys, could we wait until Monday? My brother's going into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I really want it to be about him, and I want it to be about my family. I know this coming out will overshadow everything that he's worked his entire life for. And unfortunately, it didn't happen that way. And so, as I told him, as I profusely apologized to him earlier today, he said, bro, stop apologizing. You don't have to apologize. I'm your big bro. I'm going to love you regardless. We all make mistakes. And he says, bro, I love you. So I'm done with this. You're done with it too. Move on. And I really enjoyed my time at ESPN. It gave me an opportunity to bring my audience that saw me really just grow. They saw me, Lakers in 5, and they saw me say all these analogies that my grandparents gave me, and I was able to bring that to ESPN. So I'm very, very grateful for that. But I just wished, of all things, like I said, hey, they did what they felt they needed to do, and I'm at peace with that. But I just wish, guys, this thing could have waited until Monday, because I hate the fact that I'm overshadowing my brother, the first two brothers in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and this is what the headline's going to be for the next couple of days. So, bro, again, I know you told me this, I don't have to apologize, but I'm going to do it one final time tonight, and I won't apologize again. I'm sorry that I upstaged you in this manner. That was never my intent. You've been my hero. You've been my role model from as long as I can remember. And I apologize, and I thank all my fans for supporting me when I was at ESPN and every place that I've been, be it Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, Undisputed, ESPN. Thank you guys for your support.
And to be honest, I don't think this caught anybody by surprise, especially when he came out publicly pretty much while he was on the clock. On ESPN set, I believe he probably was shooting from his house, I believe. Matter of fact, I don't think he was in a studio. But made a public video denying all these allegations, saying he's going to go through due process, saying it's a shakedown, and Tony Busby and his accuser are looking for $50 million. All the while Shannon Sharpe is talking, you kind of notice his eyes kind of glancing to the side. The man was reading basically off a teleprompter. Some of his lawyers, whatever, had souped up for him to get in front of the camera and plead to his fans, followers, or whoever. It's supposed to come off genuine. But when somebody is reading by a script and these are not his thoughts, you're going to look at it a different way. And it was clearly his eyes kept going to the side, reading off this teleprompter. That's a red flag right there. Not to mention, he shouldn't have spoke or said anything at all. Should have just let his lawyers handle everything. He just hide back in the weeds, don't get in front of no more cameras. Hey, you can make your little tweet statements maybe, and that's by minimum. I probably wouldn't even do that either, but let your lawyers take care of this. Because the information you put out, you railroaded yourself. Bringing out who the accuser was, how much they're looking for, that she's on OnlyFans, and everything was consensual. That was a bad decision. A very bad decision. Came back to bite him. You basically tried to bluff Tony Busby and your accuser, not knowing, allegedly, they have more information on you. So much so that you was willing to settle. And what they're saying is $23 million is what you settled with. Don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what's out there. $23 million. Shannon Sharpe. It's a bad situation. And look, I'm a fan of Shannon Sharpe for a lot of years. It's very tough and hard to agree with these decisions that he has made. And what, she was 19 years old when you first met this young woman? I just don't understand how somebody of your stature can get finessed. Because that's all this was, finessed. Not only by a 19-year-old, I don't care what age, really, 36, 24, 42, but 19, take down your whole empire. And I'm pretty sure you're going to get back on your feet. You're going to make money. You still got Club Shay Shay, you got Nightcap. That's your baby right there. that baby gonna stop you from falling in the hole. Now, it's not big network money, but it's gonna stop you from falling in the hole. Time passes, you keep your nose clean, who knows, man? We live in a forgiving world. We do. Few years, you keeping your nose clean, you going about your business like you should have been doing in the first place, besides shopping in the candy store. Maybe, possibly, you can find yourself in this position again. I don't know. Some people don't get a lot of chances. Some people only get one chance. Some people only get 2 chances. And that's it.